all your games. You know, you're a defensive player, dominate from a defensive standpoint, win all your games, be the #1 team in the country. It has to be those kinds of circumstances to get the attention shifted from the offensive player to a defensive player. And we've said that from day one. You know, it will have to be that kind of season. So we'll have to beat USC.
And you've always talked about wanting to play better in November than at the start of the season. Considering, you know, how considerably the bar was raised this year, how has that challenge maybe been a little different in the last couple of years?
Well, we go to work on it in January relative to playing better in November, because it's not just the execution. We know that's a big part of it, you know, how you execute on Saturday, but it's your strength, it's health, it's taking care of yourself. All those things have to come together as well to play well in November. As it relates to our offense, I think it's just a matter of maturing as a group, coming together, especially with a freshman quarterback and some young wide receivers. But as a whole, as a program, playing in November, the seeds of that are in January and February.
Coach, in terms of Everett, you mentioned a couple weeks ago that he was getting to the point where he was going to be able to play through his struggles. Is he at that point right now?
Well, I think so. You know, I think the interception he threw, you know, because we were at a point where it was pretty clear that Wake Forest was having difficulty stopping us, and for us to give the ball up, you know, those are the foolish and careless mistakes that he made early in the year. But he's so much further along that those are ones that he comes to the sideline and says something before you say something to him, and you know he's on that right trend in terms of understanding.
How does the experience he had at Oklahoma and Michigan State, how does that help him with the pressure going into USC?
All of it. The 9 games that he started, winning on the road, having to come in and you know, lead our football team to a win against Pittsburgh. All of those things go into Saturday, and all of those will be positives for him going into the USC game.
Just kind of changing subjects here, just big picture at the start of the season, USC is #1, they have a Heisman candidate. Now that script's kind of flipped, you guys are #1, you have the Heisman candidate. What does that just speak to preseason predictions, anything like that?
That's why they play the games. You know, it's a long season, it's college football, it's 18 to 21-year-olds. There's so many factors that go into this, and that's why as coaches, and we get asked all the time, hey, did you expect to win 11 or 12? We know the unexpected is always out there. So we try to stay focused on the next practice, because if we did what you did and did that big picture stuff, it would drive us crazy too.